Okay, so translations do not change the size or shape of a figure. What it does is it moves a figure left, right, up, or down. To graph that translation, what we need to do is make the same change for each vertex of the shape, which is the corners. And when we are drawing shapes within our graph, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we label each vertex. So in the example here, we've got our corners labeled as A, B, and C, and this here is the original shape. We then have the image, which is the translated one, labeled as A dash, B dash, and C dash. So when you draw them, you denote the original with our letters, and then any images have dashes next to them. So our examples. So example number 1, we want to copy this figure into a Cartesian plane and translate it 6 units to the right and 2 units up. So A is at -1, 2. So we draw a dot, label that A. B is at -5, -2. We draw a dot and label that B. And C is at -1, -6. So we'll label that C. We'll then connect those points to create the triangle that we're given in the question before performing our translation. Okay, so the translation it wants us to perform is to go 6 units to the right and 2 units up. So I'm going to start at A. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units to the right, 1, 2 units up. I make a dot and I label that A dash as that is the image. I'm then going to go to C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 units up. 1, 2, that's C dash. And then B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 units up. That's going to be B dash. We then connect the shape with our ruler. And what we notice is the triangle's the exact same size. It has just been moved within that Cartesian plane. Our next one, example number 2, we want to copy the figure and then translate it. So point D is at 3, 1. Point G is at -1, 1. Point E is at 5, 3. And point F is at 7, -1. So I'm just going to mark 7 on here. And then connect that to create our trapezium. Okay, now our translation here is written slightly differently. So we've got it written in square brackets as -5, -3. And what this means is this first value tells us where the x is going to go. If it is positive, then our x value is going to move to the right. If it's negative, our x value will move to the left. The second one tells us whether we're going up or down. So if it's positive, you'll be moving up. If it's negative, you'll be going down. So in this case here, we've got our first value is negative. So that means that we're going to be going left 5 units. And our second value is also negative. So that means we go down 3. So here we're going to move G first. So we're going 5 units to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going down 3. 1, 2, 3. And we can plot G. Now, what I can do so that I don't have to count every single corner is we know that D is 1, 2, 3, 4 units above G. So I can go from here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I know that D has to be there. E is 1, 2, 3, 4 units from D. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will be E dash. F is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units from G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units will be F dash. We then join those points with our ruler. to create the translated shape. And you'll see that I've put the dashes on the corners to show that that's a translation.